In the mists and shadows, as ends draw near, the darkened path becomes bright.
What?
In the mists and shadows, as ends draw near, the darkened path becomes brightly clear. As rage and toil stoke the flame, one last soul is there to claim. From behind the gates, a shadow looms, and to all Barovia, it signals doom. Flawless intro. Welcome back to Curse of Strahd. With me, your Dungeon Master Mark Sherlock Humes. Joining me, my good friends. We're back. We're missing one Katie this week, but we do have Ree, Tom, Kim, and Trot. Hello.
Hello.
Welcome back.
Hi. I'm so excited to be... That's you.
Oh, for
That's my
goodness
impression
sakes.
of you.
Yeah. Listen, I started doing my little poem, and then I started hearing my own voice in my head, and it's really off-putting when it's so delayed. I had to just stop and mute it, because I was like, I can't finish this.
You did the right thing, Mark. You did the right thing. Ignore him. You know,
Stop.
Clean intro.
No, the right thing is
Kim, you have
completely dead and say nothing.
No, Kim, a professional presenter, that is exactly what you're supposed to do, is it not, Kim?
Just...
No!
Yeah, exactly. Yes!
Clean cut.
Yes! Because that's
just
when they
pretend
cut
the
it,
stream
and
has
then you
died
just
or
hit
something.
the thing.
Just stay completely still, make everyone think it's frozen.
Yeah.
And then you cut back
People
in.
think it's a glitch in the
Easy.
Matrix. Yeah.
Exactly. Kim
I
understands.
disagree.
Well, it's a good job you're not, you're not editing a professional produced show. Just use all the bits where they're like, oh, fuck, I fucked it up. Oh, right, hang on, let me just reset. Tom leaves all that in. He just leaves it all
I
in.
leave it in. No, I don't leave everything in. I take the poems out. You know this. I'm a professional. I just realized I forgot to schedule Erois.
Nice. Thanks, Tom. Trot's just
I've
sitting
done it.
there having
I've
a
done
lovely
it,
drink.
Tom. I've done
You're the
it.
best.
It's fine. I did the whole thing. It's out there. It's don't worry about it.
To High Rollers, welcome. I'm assuming that everybody who's here knows what we're like and knows that we're just going to talk shit and be a complete fucking mess for like 20 fucking minutes. Probably longer, let's be honest. It's been a weird week. Trot's just there. He's been streaming all day already, and here he is, ready doing it all again.
Ready for another two.
He's just keeping it all running. He's keeping it all running smooth and easy.
Yeah, nice.
We're gonna play. Hey.
Also, Ree, you're muted, by the way.
She's making a face. Like, what? You were talking a minute ago. You cannot put this on the tech. Like, you've done something, Rhiannon.
Am I all right now?
Yes.
There we go.
Yes. There you are, babe.
What?
When did they press a button or something?
I think I must have moved my little vMix bar along and accidentally clicked mute while I was doing it. So, hooray for me!
Well, good. What an excellent start. Yeah. If you're unfamiliar, we're playing through Curse of Strahd. We've had a couple of weeks off. This is kind of like a little bonus stream that we do on a Thursdays, so it is quite temperamental, but hopefully we're going to wrap it up pretty soon. We're in the end game now, so not too much left
Hopefully
of
we'll
old
wrap it
Strahdy
up.
boy.
Hopefully it'll be over soon.
Hopefully over soon. Yeah, absolutely.
It's been over a year.
I mean, I enjoy it.
I enjoy it. No, I
Yeah.
enjoy it, but it's like we've had so many weeks off and stuff where, and also, we've got people that want to do stuff on Thursdays, so I want to kind of get it all wrapped up and then do something new and exciting.
Yeah.
Play through some more stuff. But yeah,
9th
so we're going to play
We
that.
began this 9th of April, 2020. 9th of April.
Back in...
That was,
It
We
was meant
started
to just
it-
be a
2020,
lockdown
yeah.
special.
Maybe it will
Wow.
be.
It is.
Maybe we'll have it all wrapped up by the time we're all vaccinated and COVID is a thing of the past.
Maybe.
Nah.
No.
Big
Maybe
old
it's our
fingers
life
crossed.
Now
Big old
flu
fingers
jab.
crossed, yeah. Yeah. With that, let's get into... I got a recap, and then we're just going to jump back in, I guess.
Nice.
That's it.
Sick.
Last time on Curse of Strahd, after visiting the town of Kresik in search of allies in the face of having lost so many on their journey, the party were asked by the mysterious Abbot to track down a young girl who was stolen from his abbey. With few options and sensing the Abbot's power, the party agreed, although suspected not all would be as it seemed. Tracking the young woman, they discovered the boy who had stolen her and learned that Vasilica was no mere girl. A trail of blood and death led them to a den of werewolves. Here, the party faced off against the werewolf alpha, Kirill, and found Vasilica chained and covered in gore. In a deadly battle, Vasilica seemed to be out of control and attacked all around her, and the powerful Kirill nearly slew more of the party. But eventually, they were victorious. Now, must decide their next steps. And that is where we pick up today, my good friends. Rose will be quiet when needed. I will jump in and play Rose as necessary. But otherwise, I will hand it over to all of you as you're currently stood on the kind of overlook, the bluff at the top of these hills that looks down onto Lake Baratok below. And yeah, you currently have the bodies of many, many slain werewolves all around you. A couple of large dire wolves have run off. And yeah, you have the young Vasilica, who is wearing what appeared to be a sort of wedding dress, but is now stained red. Like the whole thing's just completely caked in blood and gore. Very pretty, very petite, alabaster skin. Looks very similar to Alvaski as well. Like they have a very similar look about them, as if they could be siblings or if they maybe came from the same family to an extent. Same sort of like flaxen hair, very pale skin, wide-eyed look. You also have numerous NPCs with you, including Esmeralda, Ismark the Lesser or Greater, depending on how he's rolling that day, as well as Irina, aka Tatiana, the awakened soul of Strahd's, what should we call obsession? Object of obsession.
Yeah, that sounds about right. Ismark was, I'm pretty sure he was the lesser last time.
He was very lesser last time. He was very lesser last time. Not very
not
good.
so good. Sweet.
Yeah. So that's where we are. I hand it over to all of you.
Cool.
I'll let Dog's Body start,
guess-
actually. Yeah. I was
Yeah,
gonna say
no.
something, but
Dog's body's staring at the body of Kirill. Just a bit of a daze, a bit shell-shocked, a bit kind of looking around, looking at all the other bodies, and just kind of having a moment, I think. And that's where Dog's Body is right now. Just thinking. Thinking big thoughts. Yeah.
What about everyone else?
waste no time. Back to the Abbot. Grab her.
Complete
Grab
our
her.
task, yes. Finish what we were supposed to do.
Yes.
Is she still powerful? She's strong.
The young girl,
Ripped them in half.
at the moment, seems to be stunned and dazed, not really responding to anything. Just sort of absently looking around, but not quite aware of you as individuals. Rose is kind of checking her, looking her over. Ismark, kind of raises his eyebrows and is looking strangely.
Well, that's a point. We all failed some constitution checks last time. Forgot about that.
Did you? Weird.
Yes, I did. I definitely did.
I think I did as well.
Coughing
I
up
think everyone did.
coagulated, blackened blood as well. Really
Interesting.
bad.
That'd be interesting.
I don't have blood to cough up, so
Coughing up sticks.
all sticks.
Fungi.
Dust. Moss.
Yeah.
Just dust comes out.
I mean, who's looking mega injured? Because I'm not great, and I wanted to do a heal. So
I'm not too bad.
I mean,
I'm all right.
How does
Alvaski
one
just
sound?
said,
Yeah, Alvaski is pretty injured. I think Dog's body was pretty beaten up, but I remember you did get some healing.
Yeah. I'm on
Cool.
9.
You
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah, that's pretty bad for Dog. Rose looks mostly fine. She's got a couple of cuts and scrapes. She looks okay. I didn't write down. I remember Ismark was quite badly hurt as well.
He was attacked a few
yeah.
times.
Irina is as well. Irina's also quite badly hurt.
so
We're all badly hurt.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What's that? 7? If I did a heal on everybody. Sure, I can piss
Don't
out some
worry
spell
too much
slots.
about me. I'm not too bad. I've only lost like 15, so I think I'm all right.
Actually, I
Okay.
can...
4 then. Just do 4, 5, including yourself.
Well, you guys might get. You can go back to Krezk and get a lovely long rest, right? Nothing bad's going to happen now.
Yeah. Jumping
Right,
up.
who's that 6 to? Tom.
That's to me. Hey, this
Okay.
one. If I do this at level 2, plus 4.
Who's this to?
That's 14 to old Alvaski.
Thank you.
15.
Got. This is to Ismark. Wow, even better. 17.
17.
This one is for Dog's Body. This one's for you. It's a 7 plus 4, 11 to you.
7. Ooh.
Officers.
There you go. Anyone else? Anyone else want one?
Irina's pretty hurt as well.
Sure. You can have some
Heal up
too.
The NPCs.
1 plus
Tom's,
4.
Tom's specialization. Oh, fine.
I'm healing the players too.
Yeah.
I gave some of you level 2s, some of you level 1s. I'll never say who got what.
You'll never tell.
Fantastic. Anything else?
That's me.
Esmeralda
Running
will
around
just kind
stroking
of-
people.
Yeah, Esmeralda's looking beaten up, but she's tending to her own wounds, and we'll just turn around and say, I agree with Alvaski. We should hasten our way back to Krezk and take the girl with us. We shouldn't keep the
Where
abbot
is-
waiting.
Where is the boy?
Oh, he was cowering in the front of the cave, I believe, when we left him.
Okay.
He's of no
Hopefully
use
he's
to us.
still there.
That is not the mission. He is a traitor of Krezk. Understood?
Understood. Grab the girl. We'll grab the girl.
Okay. So
I'll grab the
Maya,
girl.
Druid Maya goes up. Do you like grab her arm, or like how are you gonna take her with it? She doesn't look like she's gonna move on her own power. Like, what do you do?
I grab the girl. And you know what? Everyone's complaining about me healing NPCs. I'm going to heal her.
Yeah, she's
11
pretty
HP.
hurt as well. 11 HP. Okay, yeah, that actually seems to have a dramatic effect on her. She seems to come out of this stupor a little bit more, and kind of blinks a few times, looks in your direction, like sees you holding her arm, and just in such a soft, it's barely audible. You can hear her just. What are you doing?
Restoring your strength. Though you will not use it against us, we're taking you back. With Alvaski.
You. I have never seen anything like you before.
I am the Maya. That is the Maya. All these, pointing at the dead stuff, these are now Maya. But that, Alvaski, and that one there, Dog's Body, and that one there, I'm pointing to everybody. We're taking you back. You're safe now, with us.
Back. She just sort of stands there. Yeah. Do you just like grab her arm and pull her, or what do you want to do?
I mean, lift rather than pull, I suppose. Not yanking her to her
Okay.
feet, assisting.
Sure. Make a strength check. Straight up strength or athletics. Let's make it athletics.
Athletics. Cool. Same thing. +0. 14.
So, Vasilika is much heavier than she should be. You look at her, and there is, despite her small frame, the gripping her arm, she's way stronger than she looks. Like, she has this petite form, but you can almost feel out Maya as you kind of grip her muscles, like with your strange natural senses. Her slender arms are packed with muscle. Like, there is, where somebody would have a large bicep full of muscle fibers, it's like that's been condensed down to fit into this slender form. She's also way heavier. There's almost you almost feel like parts of her are made of metal when you lift her to her feet. You do manage to kind of help her to her feet, and you find that if you try and lift her, she resists, but if you just tug her hand and pull, she just absently follows you.
This is unusual. I'll need some help. And I want my zombie to come along and help me. Because I've still got that.
This werewolf zombie. Vasilika doesn't react to it. She just sort of looks. Her eyes go a little bit wide, but she doesn't scream or cry out or anything like that. She sort of shies away, but then the zombie just grabs her and just helps you kind of not drag her, but sort of pull her along.
Cool. I'll start making my way downtown. Yep, he's helping. He's a great guy. Horrendously weak.
Ismark will look at Dog's body, Rose, and Irina. I don't know how we got ourselves into all of this, but I swear things get stranger every day. And he'll just sort of follow behind, looking very, very strangely at the Maya and the zombie.
He's useful. He's helping.
Sure.
Best companion so far. He's going to die in an hour.
Alvaski, easy go.
Relatively unemotional. However, he is standing by the entrance to the cave and looking back, almost as if there is an eagerness to just leave.
Yeah, he's trying to do that thing of when you want to leave a restaurant and nobody's moving, so you stand by the door and
he's like,
yeah,
we go now.
Sure. Yeah, okay. You guys begin making your way down there. You pass back through the werewolf den. You kind of descend down this spiral staircase. There is no other living creatures here, pretty much just dead bodies of the creatures and the wolves that you slew on your way in. There is still the large shrine with the piles of treasure, the shrine of the shrouded woman with the dog's head, with the wolf's head. That's just piled up. There's just piles of coins and gold and art and relics and things like that.
What are the bodies?
That's a throwback.
To 2 episodes ago.
Yeah, which was 9 years ago. There are bodies. Yes, there are bodies.
Okay. Good to know.
Yeah. So it's basically you just see piles of gold, gemstones, jewelry, things like that. Just stacked up in front of the statue. But if you don't want to take any of that,
care for material goods. I am just a tree thing.
Sure.
I think Dog's body's just kind of in a bit of a daze. He's sort of I guess he's almost guided back down by Rose, because he's just a bit shell shocked, and it's almost like he's looking at everything.
Yeah, weird. So is Rose
with new eyes. Yeah, sure. I know, right? He's almost looking around at everything with new eyes, kind of just almost seeing things for the first time.
Well, there's definitely that sense of savagery and hunger is gone. Dog's body felt that the moment that Kirill died, is that primal element seems to have ebbed and faded, kind of leaving you in a much more calm. There's a calmness, I think, lingering around. But yeah, you guys make your way to the entrance of the cave. Kind of sat on a rock, still holding this bloodied wolf's head, is the boy, who I can't remember the name I gave him. Was it Milo?
No.
It was not Milo. It's Dwyer.
Dwyer, that was it.
Dwyer.
Yeah. Dwyer is kind of sat there holding this wolf's head in his hands. When he sees you all come downstairs, he looks up. and sees Vasilika there, covered in gore, and you can see that there is fear in the eyes, but also kind of mixed in with he's smiling, but you can see that he's nervous. You found her.
We found her and many wolves, but they now dead. She's very heavy. Can you take her? Also,
this boy is smaller than all of you.
My zombie crumbles.
Just collapses to the ground. Like Dwyer just goes and jumps back as she crumbles. But I mean, Vasilika doesn't she's not being carried. Like she's just following you.
Oh, I thought I was still.
She's capable of. Yeah, I mean, she's capable of moving on her own.
Because of that big heal to an NPC. Thank you, everyone. Thanks, Tom. Wow, no problem.
Maybe.
Really appreciate what you do, Tom. No worries.
Dwyer will look at you all and say, What are you going to do? You can't... You're not taking her back, are you?
You stole her. Stealing is a crime.
No, she's her own person. Abbot doesn't own her. She didn't want to be there anymore. You can't take her back.
She's going back. And you're staying here. Or you'll die.
He, nervously steps away from Alvaski, clearly fearful of him. But
are we to kill this one if he follows?
Rose, no. We are not. Don't kill him.
No.
That sounds wrong, Alvaski. It's not his time. If he follows us back, he follows us back. Also, do humans possess other humans? Does the Abbot own you, Alvaski?
Whiskey on the table, no less. What a waste.
What does that mean? Do you even know what it means?
Whatever has happened between this girl and the Abbot, or this boy, the Abbot won't help us if we don't take Vasilika back. We need his support if we are to deal with him.
Then we take
must
her back.
Restore Barovia.
The boy may follow.
The boy will die.
I don't know.
Not by my hand.
The boy won't die. We're not killing children. We're not. If we do, then we're no better than Strahd.
We're not killing him.
Right. In that case, you guys start carrying her. Vasilika, when she goes to move past Dwyer, there is, for the first time, Maya, there is resistance. Like, she stops and sort of cocks her head in his direction. Dwyer. She just whispers it, barely audible. Thank you. She just kind of mutters a thank you, and she physically stops. Like, if you want to drag her, make another athletics check.
I mean, I'm happy to wait, but
Sure.
see what she's doing.
And there's almost an element where you don't have a choice. She stops, and you come to a stop as your whole. If you're trying to pull her along a little bit, when she stops, there's strength there that she holds you back. She stops and kind of. I was told
to grab her, not to pull her. Yeah. So.
Okay. All right. So you're just kind of holding on to her. Yeah.
Yeah.
She just looks around. She looks at Alvaski, and then she looks back at Dwyer. He won't let me go. Thank you for trying. And then she'll just look back at the Maya and sort of nod her head. She doesn't look at her. When she looks at Alvaski, it's quick glances. She doesn't want to look at Alvaski. She looks and then glances away.
See, the problem is you've just been saved by a party of people with zero emotions
And the ones who do have emotions are either not here or are currently going through dramatic things with their character or are NPCs. So all the ones with morals are out right now.
Checked out morals.
Yeah.
I don't know how humans act. As far as I'm concerned, she going back.
Yeah,
she's going back
sure. Well,
pretty soon.
I'm assuming that you guys are going to make that journey back. Go on, Dog's Body.
Can I just kind of shake my head and say, girl, do you want to go back?
She like looks around at Dog's Body. She thinks really long and hard, and then I think she whispers, and you have to like get close to a Dog's Body. You have to almost like get next to her and like, you know, because she only speaks in these tiny whispers. Does a doll get to choose whose house she goes to? The doll goes where the doll belongs. She looks at Alvaski when she says that.
Is he a doll too?
We are dolls. We're all dolls. Some of us more than others. Back to the Dollmakers. Back to the one who holds the strings.
I'm out.
Do you think you can survive out here?
She looks at her hands, which are still covered in like wolf gore, and like you can see she's been wounded, but there's no blood coming out of them. When she looks at her arms, Dog's Body, now that you've gotten closer, I don't think Dog's Body has noticed this before. Maya, you would have noticed this when you grabbed her arms. She has the same faint stitching lines that Alvaski does, like along her forearms, around her like neck. Things like that. They're very, very well hidden. Like you can only see them when you get super close and if you have a knowledge of this stuff. But yeah, you can see she has these stitch marks, but like very little blood's coming out of her. Her wounds don't seem to have slowed her down. Doesn't seem to be in any pain from her wounds. And yeah, clearly strong. Strong enough to like fight the werewolves. And yeah, she must have killed several of them before they captured her.
Is there any other way, Alvaski?
Why are we even considering it? We had one task. Wasting time.
You're both victims here.
No.
You're both the same.
What are you doing? We're not walking.
I'm gonna look at Dwyer. I'm sorry, kid. I can't stop this.
He just looks. He looks at you, Dog's Body, and nods his head. And I think he'll just kind of go over, because there was a couple of like the werewolves that you killed. He goes and finds like a spear, and then just basically gets in position as if he's going to follow you. He just gets in line as if he's just going to follow you back. I must admit, I don't. Dwyer just like nods his head, like when he does so. Esmeralda will turn around and say, "I don't know what's going on here, but I worry if we don't bring this girl back. I worry what the Abbot would do, and I think we need his help. I don't think that we can stop Strahd without it. Well, certainly it would be much more difficult. Whatever has happened here," and she looks at Alvaski and Vasilika. "I don't know what's happened here, but I fear that it is a lesser evil."
maybe we could at least ask for forgiveness for the boy.
I think that we can try that. Or if nothing else, we can certainly keep him hidden outside of Kresik. Maybe we could send him to the Were-Ravens. They could take him in. Seems brave enough. I'm sure they would welcome him into their family.
Agreed. Best I can do, kid. I say that to Dwayne.
He just nods. Yeah, he just nods. He's not speaking anymore. He just sort of nods his head quietly. You can see he's kind of fearful, but is in pursuit. Okay. Well, if you guys want to make the journey back to Kresik, I will need, as it is evening time, I will need one of you to... I've got to get the old Curse of Strahd book out. It is time. So
time for a reroll.
Yeah. So every hex on here, I think, is certain time. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Can I get 2 D20 rolls, please?
2. Oh my god.
Let's have remake 1 and trot make 1.
What?
Re will be the first one, trot will be the second one.
14.
14.
3.
Okay. Okay.
I don't know which one's bad.
It doesn't take you too long to begin making your way back, and it's nighttime. You can hear all sorts of you can hear creatures in the woods far from here, but you can hear sort of like the echoes of them and everything else. On your way back to Kresik, maybe sort of 45 minutes into the journey, you feel something. You feel a beat, sort of not in the air, but in the earth. And then a great wave of force kind of rushes across the land, coming from the direction of Castle Ravenloft. The pulse of air or force rustles the trees, it whips your clothes around you. Nothing more. There's this great heavy thud that seems to echo for as long as the pulse lasts. Just this. You look around for a moment, everybody stops, fearing some beast or attack or Strahd's magic. Nothing comes. You do begin to feel a sensation in the earth. Maya especially, you would both feel this. To you two, you wouldn't really know what this was like. To you, it feels just like a rhythmic kind of noise, like a noise to some sort of rhythm. I guess like a heartbeat, maybe closest for the Maya.
Trance music.
To the others, well, to the players and to the other characters, it feels like the gears of a clock, like this beat in the earth, like this rhythmic pulsing feeling. Not like an earthquake, just something. And when you look up, you can see across the trees, across the hills, in the far distance, because it's always present. You've almost gotten so used to it, you don't really notice it anymore. But surrounding Barovia are the mists. And with this rhythmic beating, you watch as the mists are turning blood red.
Oh, cool. I thought you were about to say the mists start to shrink and we're just playing like Fortnite or something. Oh no, we're on phase 2 now. Blood red. Awesome.
Oh dear.
That's fine,
So
right?
wait, does that stop
normal.
the ticking, or
Nope.
that's just carrying on?
Carries on. And carries on.
Oh,
Doesn't seem to be stopping. To Dog's body,
shit.
I don't think it to 3 of the players that are currently here, it doesn't really make sense, but to Dog's body, it almost feels like some sort of machine. Like the cogs of a great machine in the very earth.
Weird.
I don't like that. I don't like that at all.
Someone very Big Ben.
That really got her.
I'm just trying to. Someone just put Big Ben under the ground. Dong.
That really got her.
Dong.
Well done, Trot. It's not less the bongs, and it's more like the ticking of a clock. And it's very faint. You notice it because obviously you felt this pulse wave, you felt this like rush of air. So you're very aware of your surroundings right now. All of you are kind of on edge, and you can just feel it. But if you were distracted, if you were in a conversation, if you were doing anything, you probably wouldn't even really be aware of it.
Okay. I'm sure that's fine. Nothing for me to worry about.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do you guys just want to press on?
What's a blood red sky among friends? Yeah.
Sure.
That's
Press
fine,
on.
yeah. What a beautiful sunset.
Looks quite nice.
You return to Krezk without any further incident. But as you arrive in Krezk, it is clear that the town is in a flurry of activity. You begin to see all of the citizens, all of the regular normal citizens of Krezk that you've seen before, all of them are donning scrapped together armor suits or old rusted suits of chainmail. They're gathering up weapons, whether they are pitchforks or spears or torches or homemade cudgels, shields made out of doors. Like, they are equipping for war. All of them wear these cut together, rough spun tabards. They've clearly cut them out of bed sheets or fabrics that have been dyed or linens, and all of them have been painted with the symbol of a broken sun, like a sun that's been split in half, basically. And they're all bearing this symbol that seems like it's been painted on in a haste. You've seen that symbol before. The Abbot has had a similar symbol. And yeah, you can see them all readying themselves. And so when you approach the gates, there's a couple of them that kind of almost call out to hold, but then they recognize you. You also see more of the kind of winged figures, the winged humanoids flying around. They are actively kind of patrolling the area and things like that. When you are let through the great gates, you are very quickly hustled up to the abbey. Like the guards, these fanatics, these kind of like priestly fanatics, this religious army that's been built up, are like, you must come and see the abbot immediately. Yes, he will want to speak with you as quickly as possible. Please come. And they'll rush you up the hill. The abbey sits at the top of a hill above the town itself. When you arrive, you can see that out the front of this old abbey, this old monastery, there are rows of these, fanatics, all dressed in these armor and things like that, and they're all basically, forming up into units with one of these angelic-looking figures at their front, who are instructing them in combat, who are testing them and kind of giving them orders and things like that. The abbot stands on a kind of balcony overlooking this all from the top of the thing, and when he looks down, he just calls out like, "You have returned! You have brought my Basilica back to me. Come! I must properly thank you for this great gift." And then he steps inside, and you are encouraged to enter the great hall of the abbey. When you arrive, you see the abbot, this beautiful human man, long sort of blonde hair, flowing, pristine white robes. This time he carries a kind of double-handed mace. Like, you can see it, this pristine, like steel two-handed mace, like a maul, in his hands. Looks like it would be way too heavy for a man of his build to be able to carry, but he carries it with ease. And you can see that he's adorned himself with sections of armor, bits of chainmail, scraps of metal, and things like that. And he just kind of opens his hands towards you. "My dear, you have returned. Thank you, my friends, for returning Basilica to me. Come, Basilica." He holds his hands up, and she just sort of looks around, lowers her head, and then walks up to him. He reaches down and takes her hand in his and like kisses her hands. It's like, "I thought I had lost you. I am so happy that you have been returned. Now come. This coming battle is too much for you. You look at you. Your dress has been stained. We must have it cleaned immediately. Come, and he calls forth, and several sort of like men and women come out who look, they look like older men and women, probably a little bit too old to fight, and so they come out like, we put down like food and supplies that they've been carrying, and he has them take Vasilika away into some other part of the abbey. Well, now that you have done this service to me, I must thank you properly. Not only will we march together against this evil, whatever power Strahd has unleashed upon us, we must meet it together. But also, I fear that you have returned something to me. I must return something to you in return. When you arrived, I became aware that you had lost people precious to you, companions that you traveled with. I could return one to you. I have not the power to do much, but if you carry a trinket of theirs, or a piece of their remains, I could return them to life for you.
Shit, what have I got on me? I've got nothing.
There's so many to choose from.
I've got no trinkets.
Rose
will look around. Yeah, she'll say,
yeah.
I have something of Jesper's. I have the Taroka deck and his dagger. But do we want to do that? Dog's body, I feel like the Maya won't understand this. Irina is Mark. There's also Shadow.
Yeah.
But I don't know if I don't know if he'd be able to bring Shadow back given what's happened to her.
From what you said as well, Shadow doesn't want to come back.
Oh, I think that not as she is, no. I don't know if she's Abbot, if someone has been transformed into a vampire, could you bring them back? I'm sorry, my child, but a creature that has become a being of the night, a servant of Strahd's, I would not have the power to undo such a transformation, not until their new vampiric form was slain.
We understand rebirth, Rose. Those that become one with us and those that are ripped from the earth to rejoin their body. But if Jesper were to return, would he become your doll, your plaything, Abbot?
Doll?
Alvasculate stands up straight and almost like gets into a fighting stance near the Maya.
Of course not. I would return them to you as they were in life. I do not know what you mean, creature. Strange. It must be your misunderstanding of living things. No, they would be returned to you as they once were.
It's my understanding of death that perplexes your purpose, Abbot. They should be with us still, but they are not. You've taken them. Well, I don't know for what purpose, but they shouldn't be there. Would Jesper be a puppet?
I'm afraid I do not know what your strange companion means. They would be... they would have no control over those I brought back to life. They would be as they were in life. This is a gift. This is a miracle I offer. Why do you question it, creature? I offer you something which very few can.
You will not stitch him? One body.
His body will be mended
inside?
by magic. If his body was injured, it would be mended, regrown by magic. I would have no need to perform surgery, if this is what you mean.
No surgery. Jesper may return in that way.
If the soul is willing, of course. I cannot promise that this Jesper you speak of would wish to return to the world. But I can ask. I can beseech the mists to return them. Whatever has happened to these mists, I fear what may happen to souls if they linger in this whatever has changed. If there is someone you wish to return, this may be your only chance.
What if...
Rose will look round. Oh, what do... Dog's body? Maya?
What about Zeros and Zeke?
I think Ismark, in fact, will be the first one to say, Dog's body, do you really think that wherever they got sent to will allow them to come back? You know what Zeros did. I don't think that whatever deal he made, coming back is part of the equation.
I had to keep their names alive. You know?
I know.
Who?
But I think whatever deals they made, they dug their graves, Dog's body. Now it's time for them to sleep in them. I would want to see Jesper. I want to see Jesper back. If I were Jesper, I would. Yeah, Zeke just. She got a Viking burial.
Yeah.
Dog's body will. Ismark says, "I want to see Jesper back. I would not want my business to be undone. If I still had something to accomplish, an enemy to defeat, I would want to see it done. I would like to see him returned." Irina nods her head as well. Rose will hand over the Taroka deck and the dagger. Did anybody keep like any body parts of Jesper? I can't remember. I know we discussed that because his remains are still there, like they were there, but I don't know. Did the Mayas are creepy?
That's the thing.
Yeah, it was zombified, but the body was still
You were
there.
going to get his eyes, weren't you? Like, were you?
I was going to take his eyes.
Yeah, that's what I was going to remember.
But I can't remember if I thought that a lot and then never said it, or actually said it.
We can say it now. We could just say that the Maya, like, without anybody noticing, had like sucked up a couple of eyes.
Yum.
With nobody paying attention.
Has no one noticed my
Just
new
while our
belt?
backs were turned.
It's Jesper's intestines.
Just wears them around his neck, like little necklace.
That's what that smell was.
I'll let Tom make that call.
I'm going to say no. I can make tons of zombies. Okay. I don't need Jesper. He was just a body at that point.
Sure.
Whatever.
Well, the Abbot will kind of take the Taroka deck and the knife, and he'll go to the altar, which seems to be dedicated to some sort of sun god. Unlike the symbols you've seen painted on all the tabards and stuff, the symbol here is of like a rising sun, like a dawning sun. So kind of a half sun with the rays coming off of it. It's not broken. It's complete. It would be similar to some of the deities in the Forgotten Realms, like Lathlander and stuff like that, the Morning Lord. But he places it on the altar, closes his eyes, and focuses, and you see the Abbot begins to glow with light. And I mean not just like glow, but like brightly, becomes almost difficult to look at, like blazing white light. Just the humanoid figure just becomes this being of luminosity. Jesper, you find yourself in a cold place, but you can sense, you know that there are familiar people around you, but it's like you're lost. It's like being lost in the misty woods at night. You've traveled through the mists many times, but this time it's like there's no way out. You can sense that there are Barovians, there are Vistani around you, but all of you seem as lost as the others. But at least you are together with them. But then you begin to feel something. And not just you, all of the other Vistani as well. The mists turn red, plunging you into a sea of crimson. And people begin to complain that they can feel something tugging at them, pulling at them, trying to take them away. You even see one of them sucked into the mists and vanish. this dread seems to linger, and then there is a blazing white light, and you just see a figure of pure luminosity appear in front of you with an outstretched hand. The living would see you return, Jesper of the Vistani. I can offer you a way back, rebirth, new life, if you wish it.
What is happening? Why are the mists red?
I believe it to be some work of Strahd's. No. I am the Abbot, an enemy of Strahd. Your companions have aided me, and so I have offered them my aid in return. One chance to return one they had lost from beyond the veil. I do not know what dark sorcery Strahd has placed upon the mists, but I may not be able to make this offer again. If you wish it, I can return you to life.
My work was not done. I have more souls to save. I will take your
Then
offer.
take my hand. You see this glowing hand before you.
Yeah, Jesper will reach out.
When you touch it, you feel warmth spread through you. You look around one last time at these red, blood-red mists, and you know that there's something wrong. But then the light embraces you. You feel yourself completely filled with light. To the rest of you, the light begins to dim away from the abbot, and he returns to his normal form. And laying with the kind of the Taroka deck and the dagger clutched to his chest, naked as the day he was born, is Jesper.
Should we just make a dice roll real quick, Trot?
Technically, it is tradition.
It's tradition.
Hmm.
It's okay.
Average.
Right. It's a 12.
It's above
Slightly
average.
above
It's
average.
above average, technically.
Not too much. Just right. Just right.
So
I don't
yeah.
have one.
I will activate Jesper if you want to level him up as well, Trot. When you get a chance. I don't think
Oh
you'll
God,
need it
yeah.
today, but
How much?
you
What
will,
level is
however.
Jesper? Two
He's
more
level.
levels.
Oh no, that was Nosper. I had Nosper.
Yeah, that's. I
What's
just renamed
Nosper?
him. I just renamed him.
Oh.
From
I
Jesper
just
to
renamed
Jesper
him.
when he
Yeah, he's
died.
level 7 at the moment, so he needs one more level.
Okay.
Okay.
If you want to do a crazy multi-class or something, by all means do. If you would like to take the reborn lineage, if you would like to replace being human with being reborn,
Ooh.
you may do as well. We'll have a chat about that. This was a bit of a last-minute thing, as I realised this would be a cool opportunity. But yeah, so if you want
Well,
to do
some
that,
things
we
to
can have a
think
chat
about.
about that. Some things to think
Do
about.
you have stitches?
He does not. I will say this, that anybody who approaches, like I imagine Rose, I imagine you all kind of like move up closer. You do not notice any stitches, you do not notice any blemishes or anything unusual or unnatural about Jesper. He does look like he has been returned as he was in life.
Hey, there he is.
Nice.
There he is.
Nice,
I
nice,
think
nice.
Rose would probably
But
I think
naked.
Rose would probably like grab his hand and just, be like, Jesper, and just sort of be immense relief at seeing, one of the few people she started this journey with.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah. Yeah.
He's just looking a little out of it, but absorbing his surroundings right now.
We know the lands from which you came from, a dying land, but you return to Barovia. Not yet dead, not quite, but close. We must be quick, Jesper. You need your sun sword. We're going to kill Strahd.
Good. Thank you. All of you. And you, the Abbot. Such power.
Yes. It is a gift from the Morning Lord. One that I sadly will not be able to reuse for a long time. But I fear that now, in this time and place, it is fitting. And your companions, they return something to me. I see it only as fair that I return something to them.
I will not waste this opportunity. Thank you.
We have clothes and armor for you, if you require them.
Oh, yes. Please, thank you.
I think, like, Ismark would probably, like, throw a cloak over you or something like that, or, like, throw one at you to cover yourself up.
Good to see you again, Ismark.
It's good to see you again as well, Jesper.
You look like shit.
We definitely needed to see a good face. Still. Yeah. And with that, yeah, if you want to, anything else?
You need not be ashamed, Jesper. When you
Sorry,
died,
you still freak me out.
your insides became outside, and we saw all. This is better than before.
Thank you, the dog's buddy. Great to see you. And Rose.
Come here, buddy.
Oh,
Big
yeah.
old hug.
Still
Covered in
smelly.
blood and sweat, but just. God, it's good to see you.
Thank you. Thank you.
A human
It's a
embrace.
bit too hard.
No.
Oh,
no.
yes. Embrace.
Everyone get in here.
Embrace.
Everyone get in here.
Focus.
If
two
you're offering it to
children.
everyone, the abbot absolutely, like, comes in for a hug as well.
I can't really
He kind of, like, he's on the outside edges, like, yes.
Yeah, not you. Not you.
Not
You're
you.
creepy.
Oh, my apologies.
You're definitely a cult leader, not you.
yeah. You're definitely. We're coming after you after Strahd's done.
Yeah, you're on the to-do list, yes.
Curse of Abbot.
That's an abbot.
Sweet. Nice. So what about this army?
Esmeralda at this point will say, well, I will let you all get reacquainted. I'm going to begin discussing military tactics with the abbot. We need to decide on what we're going to be doing. The abbot has a force. It's an army of a sort, but I don't think it's necessarily going to be anything that will match up to the hordes of dead or whatever Strahd has. I think it's best used to buy us an opportunity to get inside Castle Ravenloft. We need to scope out what's happened. We need to learn what's happened at Vallaki. I know that it was previously occupied by those aligned with Strahd. We need to decide if it needs to be attacked, if it needs to be taken over to give us a forward operating base. Those are discussions that will take some time. I suggest that Jesper likely needs some more rest, and as do all of you. Make sure you get equipped. Make sure you have what you need to go. I will stay here and coordinate things with the abbot.
Nice. Nice. Yeah, I could take a long rest. I could easily take a long rest. I just spaffed like 7 spell slots healing everyone, so...
Sure. The abbot will say, the house that Esmeralda took you to when you arrived is yours to use as you see fit. The faithful who once lived there have no need of it now. They are preparing with the others for military matters. So please, sleep, eat. If you require anything, let us know. Thank you
May we
for returning
rest by the
Basilica to
pond?
me. If you wish.
Neat. See ya.
Come, Alvaski. We must prepare an Alvaski.
He'll just bow and follow, like the good doll he is.
Yeah.
Oof.
Yep.
What a big toy.
Yeah.
Such a big toy. You're a big toy.
Well, let's best not dwell on what happens to Alvaski and Basilica and the abbot. Moving on.
No.
Sounds healthy.
Let's just
Definitely
disassociate
healthy.
from that.
Yeah. You guys Are you going to take Jesper? I mean, I think they'll find like some like monk's robes for Jesper, like a basic sort of like monk robe with like a rope belt for the time being. And then when you get back down to the townhouse, you can find like Barovian clothes for Jesper. They won't be as colorful as his Vistani ones, but they'll be like kind of like dark colors, Barovian clothing. Rose will hand you back the sun sword, and you have your dagger there as well. No armor currently. But if you require basically anything up to that isn't like plate mail or anything like that, so studded leather or chain shirt or anything like that, they can probably find for you here.
Oh,
in
I
the
had
Abbey,
that before. I had light leather armor before, so I can find an equivalent.
Yeah, perfect. Yeah, so we don't need to change your gear too much. Any other like minor items that you would have had, you would have lost. So it will basically just be like clothes, armor, weapons. And that's probably about it. And then like traveling supplies, stuff like that. You can all gain. Irina, once you kind of get back and you guys can begin taking a long rest if you wish. You can start taking that. But Irina / Tatiana will probably approach Dog's Body. How are you feeling, Dog's Body? After everything that happened on the bluff.
Pretty tired. I've got this weird rash that's just appeared. I don't know if I should really get that looked at. And it kind of wheezes when I breathe a little bit. Quite hungry.
I did mean more mentally rather than physically.
Oh! Yeah. The voices in my head. They're going. They're quiet. I think I know what I want to do now. Yeah.
Would you like me to come with you?
Yeah. I'm scared. So yeah, if you could just guide me.
Would you like the others to come, or should we just go the two of us?
I'd like them to come, yeah.
Wait, where are you going?
Oh.
You going to the pond? Because we're there already.
We're going for a
Splashing up a
going
storm.
for a pool party.
Bugs everywhere.
Going for a pool party.
Sure.
It's gross there now.
It's not gross, because no matter what you do, it doesn't ever get gross.
I don't know.
Nice try, Tom.
We nasty.
Nice.
Never changes. Like, you get in there, even if like covered in stuff or like you know fungus and growths, it never seems to change the pool. Anything under the water like just either doesn't grow or quickly just fades away into nothing. The pool definitely does not seem to be affected by the Maya's presence.
Damn it. Stupid magical pool.
It's a magical pool.
Uncorruptible magical pool.
Jesper, does Jesper want to travel, or is Jesper like, I'm kind of out of it. I need to. I've just been brought back from the dead. Lol.
I'll definitely inquire. What is it you're doing?
I need to make an oath. I'd really like you to be there, friend. You're part of this.
Well, you went to great lengths to bring me back, so of course.
Yeah. Thanks.
Now that we've got Jesper some clothes, it won't be so dramatic when we walk him through the town.
Thank you,
Yeah.
Ismar.
It's all right, my friend.
Bit
He just
chilly,
kind of
isn't
slaps
it?
you on the back. All right. Well, Irina, Dog's Body, lead the way. Yeah, you make your way to the side of the pool where the Mayas are currently splashing around. You see this kind of rickety little gazebo. Looks like it would blow over in a stiff wind.
Oh wait, that's the
Maya. There is this pristine, tranquil, almost silvery pool that seems to reside there. It's a little bit overgrown around it. Doesn't look like it's been really cared for, but the pool itself looks incredible, beautiful. Irina will look to Dog's Body and just offer her hand.
You sure about this, right? I'm not gonna come out hairier or, you know, as a flump or anything.
All I can promise, Dog's Body, is that we can remove the curse. Anything else, this place, it's connected. It connects us to who we were, who we are, who we can be. All I know is that I know that we can remove this curse from you. The rest is up to you.
Oh, well, let's hope it's not who I used to be. Because let's face it, I used to be pretty much nobody. You know, it's... Since the voices have died down, I remember a bit more. I came here as part of a regiment of soldiers. The Red Caps, 37th Regiment of the Order of the Gauntlet. But I was a nobody. I was a private. I was the eunuch's dog's body. I did all the menial tasks. And when this place turned everybody rotten in the head, I escaped because I wasn't important enough and because, frankly, I was a coward. But, you know what? Since I've met you all, Rose, Irina, Jesper, Ismark, Xeros and Zeki, and even you two, Maya. You've shown me kindness, and I thank you for that. So, I hope when I come out, I'm a better person, because I want to devote myself to all of you. I promise to fight in your names and to protect you to the best of my ability until the very last breath in my body. That is an oath I swear in front of all of you today. I'll protect you until the end. Thank you. Thank you.
Our guardian. She'll just take you by the hand, sort of wades out into the pool, kind of leading you as you go. Everybody else stood on the shore, kind of watching. She leads you into the water until you're both about waist deep. And then Irina will say, I need you to lie down, Dog's Body. Just float.
Okay. Okay.
And once you do,
Lie back.
your mind begins flashing. You see scenes from the past. You see that moment when those werewolves descended on the team, when you ran. You remember your training when you joined the Red Caps. You remember sergeants yelling orders. You remember home, a little cottage somewhere in the Sword Coast where you grew up. And then you remember Barovia. You remember the noises in Argynvostholt. The battle that when you came out and saw people in trouble, that instinct to protect, to fight. You remember the battle on the hill with Xeros and Zeki, running to their aid, nearly dying, surviving, waking up as if a corpse from a grave, barely able to stand. You remember the fight against Kirill. The satisfaction, but also the peace that came. You feel Irina put a hand on your chest and your whole body sinks beneath the water as it washes over you. But there's no discomfort, there's no sense of drowning or struggling to breathe. Instead, you feel like dozens of versions of yourself stretch out, almost like in a line. And those words, that oath that you spoke on the shore, seems to find one of those people, and you feel that that's the person that settles in your soul, in your form, in your body. You feel your body tingle. The rest of you all see Dog's Body disappears under the water for just a few moments, and then the whole pool lights up with golden light. And then Dog's Body emerges out of the water. Kim, are there any physical changes to Dog's Body that you would have liked to have taken place?
I would say that he's very much the same, but I guess almost like his hair is just free of knots and tangles. You know, a few of the scars have disappeared. The injuries he took in the battle with Kirill have all healed up. And he just seems serene. Just smiling and happy.
Bit cleaner.
And, well, he's an ASMR, so there would be, I guess for a second, just a lingering glow and maybe the faint outline of the ASMR wings, and then it vanishes.
Perfect.
Nice.
And yeah, Kim, if you want to switch on over to Paladin Dog's Body. And does he have a different name? Do you want a different name now for the character? Because he's not a
No.
dog's body anymore. Okay.
He doesn't remember his name, and this is his name, and he wears it with pride. So that's what he takes forward. But for
Awesome.
those of you curious out there, he is a Paladin, Oath of Devotion, and I have changed him from a Scourge ASMR to a Protector ASMR.
Oh,
So there you go.
awesome.
That's what,
Awesome.
yeah.
Very fitting. And yeah. As Dog's Body sort of arises and emerges out of the water, yeah, the kind of cleaner hair, fewer scars, no dirt, you know, it's the same man, but yeah, a much more regal and sort of more, not noble, but a sort of very, yeah, knightly appearance in a sense. Yeah, I can see sort of kind of emerges. Irina sort of leading him back to the shore to stand before everyone.
Jesper is jaw open, slack, just eyes wide. I can't believe it. Dog's Body?
Yeah. I guess, I don't smell as bad now, huh?
No. There's an air of something. It's an
Yes,
honor.
Content.
you stand with pride and honor. You made an oath to us to fight with us, and know that we will fight with you. But yes, you smell less.
Thank
You
you.
have a good heart,
My
Dog's
stranger.
Body. You deserve to
Oh.
know joy and peace and happiness. We're all so proud of you.
And you
I
smell
think
less.
Rose will just
Thank you.
hug.
Mm.
Yeah, I think Rose
I'll
just
hug,
kind of...
I'll hug everyone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sure.
Everyone who wants a hug gets a hug.
Human embrace.
Human embrace!
Human embrace.
Yeah, I think when you hug one Maya, it's a hug with both Mayas. It's never like you can hug one.
In sync.
They both just in sync, yeah, hug at the same
Yeah.
time. So
Even if we're far away, one of them is just hugging the air.
Yes.
yeah.
Arms out.
And just slowly moves over, just like
It's like 2 meters away.
pulled
This
in.
feels nice.
Yeah. Yeah. Perfect.
Yeah.
Cool. Oath of Devotion. I don't know what that
Very
has.
cool.
I've never played a paladin. I've got no idea. But it sounds cool.
Neither have I. This is gonna be amazing. The only time I played a paladin was when I played Ree for one episode. So this is
Oh
gonna be
yeah, yeah.
Welcome
Cool.
welcome
I'm
to
really looking forward to this.
welcome to the spike damage club of I hit, I will divine smite, 1 billion damage.
D8
Yeah.
country.
Oh,
Yes.
that's the
Fuck.
point. Got some radiant damage again. Finally.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
and
also, do I get the holy symbol like that thing that we picked up?
were you
The,
carrying it before? Who was carrying it before?
I think Rose was carrying it, but I don't know. So
I think
Rose has
that
it.
when you hug Rose, that symbol glows softly in Dog's Body's presence. Being the only one who can attune to it, it reacts to Dog's Body strongly. Rose kind of like holds it up and offers it to you. I think that this, if we're going to fight Strahd, this seems like something you should carry. She'll hand it off to you.
Thank you. I will do you proud.
That is, I believe, the holy symbol of Ravenloft. I believe it is called.
Yep.
Holy
Trot's nodding.
Sweet.
Holy,
Trot's
I'm
like,
reading it now.
sure is.
The one.
Yeah. He sure is.
Nice.
Yeah, Holy
Um,
Symbol of Ravenkind, it's called. Holy Symbol of Ravenkind.
Ravenkind, yeah. Okay.
Is that a
Yeah.
magic item thing or?
Yeah.
It is a magic
is.
item and it requires attunement by a cleric or paladin of good alignment. I don't worry about the alignment stuff. I don't really do alignments, but paladin or cleric. And with the Oath of Devotion sworn, this does seem to be connected. And yeah, you get a sense it's like a silver sun with a red jewel in the middle. And yeah, holding it, it feels almost like Dog's Body, you're holding this thing and you can almost feel like the spirit of another similar person, like another kind of paladin or cleric or somebody once used this in battle against Strahd. And it wants to be wielded in battle against vampires. You know, you feel the sense. For your information, what it does, I'll tell everyone so that you all know. It has 10 charges. It regains 1d6 plus 4 charges at dawn. As an action, you can spend 1 charge to basically force all vampires and vampire spawn within 30 feet to make a saving throw. On a failed saving throw, they are paralyzed for 1 minute, and they can repeat the saving throw at the end of their turn. So it's like a area paralyzed against vampires.
Yeah.
You can turn undead or turn the unholy feature. You can expend 3 charges to use that feature. The undead have disadvantage on the saving throw against it, so even though they can already do it, it's like another use of 3 charges.
Holy
And
crap.
then there's another action. You can spend 5 charges while presenting the holy symbol to make it shed bright light in a 30-foot radius and dim light for an additional 30 feet. It is sunlight. It is specifically sunlight, like the sun sword.
Mm.
Cool.
It lasts
Hey,
for 10
Strahd?
minutes.
Hey, Strahd, real quick. GG? Strahd? We
Yeah.
win.
It's definitely a very strong weapon against Strahd, which is the whole point of collecting these things in the campaign.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I mean, kind of like how the Sun Sword is also, it's like radiant damage sword, which is very strong as well.
Man,
Yeah.
amazing.
Apparently, in my inventory, I do have a luck stone, a stone carved with Barovia's emblem. So if anyone wants that. Or me panpipes of haunting, because I am with the blood spear, the ring of protection, and the holy symbol. I am out of attunement.
Hey, Ree, which one do you
Slits.
want?
Well, I was going to
Panpipes?
say, Rose doesn't have a lot of stuff, but then neither does the Maya. So
No, we've got nothing.
The Luckstone would be good.
Yeah, who would
I'll
like
snag
the
a
luck
luck stone.
stone?
Because I
Cool.
know how much
I'll
Ree
take
wants
that
the
off my inventory.
haunting panpipes.
She does want the haunting panpipes. Look at her. She loves them.
Is it the curse
There you
luck
go.
stone? I hope
There you
not.
It's a normal luck.
I'll find it. Oh well, that's fine.
Normal
I'll add it
luck stone.
And
afterwards.
then, Ree, if you look up pipes of haunting,
Oh, thank you.
Please play a tune. Please. It's one long, dull note. It's the brown note.
Everybody shits themselves.
Trot, don't forget to re-add the Sun Sword to your
it's in.
inventory as well. Yeah, cool.
Oh, my
Good,
proficient
Never
again.
lost it. Still on no spur.
Nice.
Now Jesper again.
You're
Wonderbar.
nice.
yay! Whole gang's back together again.
Well, we'll take a long rest. You guys can all mark off a long rest if you haven't done so already.
Nice.
As
nice.
you do so.
Yep. All done. All done. Fully healed.
I don't
fully
want to
swatted.
do too much without Katie here, because I feel like the next steps is basically going to be like, right, let's go fight Strahd, basically, as things get underway. Go
Do
on.
we have the Abbot's like military, or is he just going to be like, yeah,
So
got him.
basically, Esmeralda will come and brief you. He has a small force. He probably has about it's less than 100 fighters. But in a place like Barovia, that's actually quite a lot to have 100 organized fighters plus these winged individuals who will carry great swords and longbows and things like that. His forces, they have a group of archers with hunting bows. They have a bunch of people with heavy shields, people with long spears. They've broken it up into as much of a military order as they can. Esmeralda reports that basically The abbot is... I'll do it in character. I've spoken with the abbot, and he's greatly concerned about the mists turning red, and whatever that force that we felt was. I don't know what it was, but the abbot fears that whatever Strahd is planning, this method to escape, is nearing its completion or has been completed. He wants to march on Castle Ravenloft now. As soon as dawn breaks, he wishes to march on it. We will march to Vallaki, engage any forces held there, take Vallaki to use as a staging ground, perhaps even try and recruit some of those that do not wish to follow Strahd. From Vallaki, we can then push to Castle Ravenloft. I believe it best if we can draw out Strahd's forces with the Abbot's military, with these fanatics, giving us time to sneak into the castle as best as possible. And it should be our duty, our responsibility, to find Strahd and finish this.
Okay. I didn't think it was going to be a stealth mission.
Well, I do not believe it necessarily... Stealth is perhaps the wrong way to think of it. I imagine that it will simply be a case of using the military to lure out the vast number of forces. Strahd commands hordes of undead, vampire spawn, monsters, creatures, all within the castle. He will still likely have internal guards within the castle itself to deter us. I do not believe that we can fully enter the castle completely unseen. Strahd has artifacts, powers, abilities to see things that we cannot. Rather think of it as the Abbot's military, if we call it that. Let's call it the army, the Abbot's army, will buy us the time we need to try and track down Strahd as quickly as possible. That may take us some time, but it should prevent us from being overwhelmed by the creatures that he can control. Also, from what we've seen of Strahd, I expect him to be arrogant. I suspect that he will underestimate us.
This is as good a time as any, everybody. I think with our strength, we've got this. We can do it. He slams the sun sword into the ground. Defiantly. I blunted it.
Hard to blunt magical sunlight.
Yeah.
Ismark will look and say, I think that with the sword and whatever that thing that Dogsbody's holding, and with all of us, I think that we have a strong chance. I do not know what foul sorcery Strahd has conjured, but if we fight together, we've overcome a lot. We can do so again.
Yes.
Tatiana, Irina, looks up, as if hearing a noise or startled by something. Something is wrong. Strahd, I can hear him. He is desperate to find me, more than he has been ever before. She looks up, and you see clouds beginning to gather over Krezk, pulling in and a storm. Heavy rain begins to fall. You hear from outside the house where you've been staying, this kind of place where you're taking your long rest, you begin to hear calls, "To arms! To arms! They're attacking!" And you begin to see shapes. Great winged, demonic-looking shapes of black shadow. You've seen these before. The ones that killed Madame Ava. Begin to fly down. Scores of them, 12, 20, 30 of them begin descending down. Panicked cries calls out. You see more of these angels flying up. And then one final... and just stood in the air overlooking Krezk. You see a man. Dark hair. Regal
Hell
hair.
yeah. Hell yeah.
Tatiana! Come to me, my beloved. And I'm actually going to win the episode there. It's very early, but I want to have Katie back for this.
It's too early.
I know, but I don't want to do any more without Katie, and I want to prepare a cool fight. For when we get back as well.
Yep.
I also want Trot
I
come
love
to
it.
level up and decide what he's doing with Jesper and stuff. So,
Yeah.
Love it.
Okay.
Love it.
Damn.
Oh yeah.
Awesome.
yeah.
Holy
But we can
crap.
have a quick chat. We've got like 30 minutes. We can have a chat about the episode. That's always a nice thing. If people want.
Yeah, I mean, so the plan is lure their armies out, we sneak in, try not to take too long, because if we take too long, their army comes back, and then we're stuck between a Strahd and a Strahd army.
Kind of.
Suicide mission. It's a suicide
Simple.
mission.
Simple.
Okay.
Why else are we here, though?
Exactly.
watch us
Exactly.
suffer.
You're here to fight Strahd. You all knew coming into
Yeah.
this that the campaign is basically Strahd must die. So, you know,
Yeah.
it kind of makes sense. It's
Yeah.
I always think of stuff like this, like sometimes in D&D it's to overthink things and be like, well, you know, that doesn't make the most sense, or like military. It's a framing thing. It's a narrative thing, right? The idea is that you have a cool, you know, army of Abbot zealots, you know, marching and engaging the forces while you guys, the cool heroes, get to sneak in and fight the bad guy. That's really kind of what it's more about.
Yeah.
You
You
know,
guys as a whole, the cool
Yeah.
heroes. No one addressed
Exactly.
the Maya when they were talking about all the cool friends they made that are going to storm the castle. They were all just like, oh, wow.
Dog's Body-
Jesper's
Dog's
back.
Body included
Oh,
the Maya.
cool. Dog's Body's here. Wow, you're so
Yeah.
strong. Oh, Rose, you're amazing. What a great shot you are. Oh, Maya.
Wow.
who is he referring to? Who's been saying these things? I
Yeah.
don't know who
No
he
one,
means.
no one mentioned the Maya and how cool the Maya
Nobody
is.
mentioned
and how
anybody else
helpful
in
the
that
Maya
way.
is. Oh, well, you know, I noticed.
Yeah. Trot, what are you thinking with Jesper? Are you thinking just level up in Bard and just coming back as normal, or do you want to do some? Are you thinking some crazy shit? There's a bit of a spring on you.
Level 8 Bard is pretty fun, to be honest.
Yeah, you get your ability score mods and improvements and stuff as well. So
Yeah.
Oh, go
Right.
full paladin.
You know what? I might jump in that pool.
Everyone comes out a paladin.
Friends
Yeah,
intro.
only
You
works
get
once.
a sunbeam, and you
Oh my god!
Hey,
get a
you got-
Everyone busts into
Jesper
Strahd's
got a
castle
resurrection,
wearing plate
Dog's Body-
armor.
Yeah.
That'd be amazing.
just shooting
Do
off
you ever-
radiant
Yeah, I didn't
energy.
expect this.
Anybody listening, if you ever want to cheese Curse of Strahd, a full party of clerics and paladins is the way to do it, by the way. It's fucking
Yeah.
gross.
Everyone take radiant energy.
6 people guiding Bolt Strahd at the same time.
Yeah.
Max level guiding bolt. Bam, 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 to the first one.
Yeah.
That's advantage for the next one. That's advantage for the
Oh
next
God,
one. That's advantage
yeah.
for the next one. Yeah, it's fucking stupid.
That's the dream
Or
right
you
there.
can end Curse of Strahd campaign like we ended it with Chris Trott by having 1,000 twig blights in a blag and paralyzing
Just let them out.
Strahd. That's just let them out and
Yeah,
then
that
paralyze Strahd
Ravenkind,
to win.
Little amulet there. Yeah. That
Yeah,
combined
he
with
hates
a bag
that
of twig blights.
You don't even need your full party if you use that strategy. One of you can be charmed by Strahd and just failing to kill the other party members. That was this guy. My
Yeah.
rogue couldn't hit anybody. I was literally charmed. I'm like,
Oh,
gonna kill
man.
you. Miss. Just couldn't hit.
I just couldn't
Would
do
have dealt
anything.
so much damage, but just couldn't hit them. It was so funny.
Oh
But
my
no.
God.
Damn.
I've got some tricks
Damn.
up my sleeve. Don't worry. I've learned from playing with Chris Trott. I've learned like, okay, better
That
have
was
some
the
backup
alpha
plans.
Playtest.
Yeah,
Well, we don't
The
have
alpha
the bag of
playtest.
holding. We
You
don't
don't
have the bag of holding, so
in
you've
the
learned
twig
that.
blights, no.
Haven't seen
Yeah.
the twig blights yet, so
Yeah.
have learned that.
It
One
did,
twig
yes,
blights.
and that story did involve some divination
Yeah.
wizard portent bullshit as well. It involved I'm going to use the paralyze on Strahd. He rolls a 2.
Yeah, Portents and all that. shit. Yeah, it all happened.
Pretty nice.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Pretty
Amazing.
nice.
That's wild.
You'd love to see it.
yeah, it was nuts.
nice and
Completely wild.
excellent oath,
Yeah.
Kim as well. Excellent
Yeah,
oath.
that's cool.
Good job.
No
So,
worries.
Very cool.
yeah, which
like that.
You've been
what's the
wanting
oath
that for
of
a moment.
devotion? What is
Yeah.
that? What's the special?
That was what Dog's Body swore.
Oh no, I just mean
Just
what
means
is
I'm
it
more devoted.
mechanically?
I'm just all
It's like
devoted
the
to you,
it's
innit?
it's
I
like the
just really like
it's
you.
like the generic paladin one. It's like the kind of like standard paladin. You get like a cool holy weapon, lots of like protection spells and
sacred
abilities
weapon.
and stuff like that.
Yeah,
Mhm.
lots of radiant
Sacred weapon is
damagey
actually
stuff.
fucking dope for dog's
Yeah,
body.
yeah. I
yeah.
also get aura of protection and aura of devotion.
Nice.
So
Oh, right,
aura devotion,
okay.
while you are conscious, friendly creatures, including me, within 10 feet cannot be charmed. An
Nice.
aura of protection, when I'm conscious, well, that's the sentry one of like I think where everyone within 10 feet gets a +3 bonus roll to all saving throws.
Yep.
Yeah, it's your charisma
Wow.
mod. It's plus
So-
it's
I'll be
charisma
charmed,
mod to saving
Mark.
throws.
I'll be charmed.
Yep.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Well, you got to be within 10 feet of me, so
You gotta be within
I'm sure.
10 feet.
I
of dog's
did-
body, though.
yeah. I did look at Mark's oath of love. But it didn't quite fit what I had in mind. Like it just I had a
After
very
all
specific
we've
idea
been
in
through,
mind.
Dog's Body. You,
Well,
Dog's Body.
Tom, it's not
me,
as
Creepy
my
Maya.
oath says. It's not all about that kind of love. It can be familial love. It can be
Yeah,
love
it's
of friends.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. I thought we had something special. Whatever.
No, I think
Dude, I've
devotion
just
works
devoted
just as well.
myself to your creepy ass.
Exactly.
No, I want you to devote yourself to me specifically.
Okay.
My
We'll work
own
something out
paladin.
afterwards. Yeah.
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 Thank you. That's my
Um,
thing.
Yeah.
Nice. Good shit.
By the way, like not to turn this into a shopping episode, but I apparently have 1,300 gold. So do we want to buy like healing potions or anything? I don't know.
Please.
Like, something.
Yeah. Strahd, not really the place you can buy potions.
Do you not have a pop-up?
Yeah.
No. As you well know, Chris Trott, there are actually very few places
Very
to
few.
spend your money in this campaign.
Yeah, not
That's
really
why you don't
about
get a lot of it.
Yeah.
You don't really get a lot of money to spend. I did consider, after watching Tom play Resident Evil Village, I was like, oh man, if I were to run this again, I would 100% in a figure like the Duke who just rolls around in a wagon and is like,
Appears.
hello there, adventurers. Would you like to
Yeah,
buy
that
some
would be cool.
potions? Like,
Yeah.
I would
That would
absolutely
be
add him in. I actually think if you want to run a Curse of Strahd campaign, go play Resident Evil 8 The Village and just take loads of fucking stuff from that game because it fits Strahd and
It's
Barovia
great.
very
It does.
fucking well.
Yeah.
It's got
very
like a really good atmosphere. Like you could even like there are even areas of that game where I'm like, oh man, that would be such a cool area to add to Curse of Strahd.
Maybe
Heisenberg's
take
factory,
out
like
maybe just take out Strahd and replace him with you know
Lady Dimitrescu, big
Hell
dummy
yeah.
Molly. Ree's like, I couldn't handle it. I'd work for the villain.
You're meant to
Send me
dislike
right
the
there.
person.
I'm going.
Oh no,
like
she
Strahd
killed
enough
me.
already.
Oh.
Yeah.
Finally.
Yeah, some very cool ideas that you could take in there, like set pieces and moments and stuff from that game.
Totally.
that
It's
you could
very
definitely
cool.
fit in.
Mm.
Yeah, very
Cool.
Strahd. Just the visuals of it. I'm just like, that's
Yeah.
Barovia. That
Yeah,
miserable
visually it's
village is
stunning.
Barovia.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The big castle in the background. Oh,
Yeah.
Mm.
beautiful.
Yeah.
I mean,
And just
also it
how
goes without
bleak
saying,
it is. It's
Yeah.
just so
watching
horrible.
Castlevania too.
Oh,
Yes,
True,
Castlevania is the
yeah.
other big one.
I got
Castlevania, I've already done a lot of
Yep,
inspiration
I
for
know,
my
I
Strahd campaign.
know.
Well, even just that
Watch the
ending
first 3
scene then with all
episodes.
the things like whipping out of the sky, that feels very Castlevania, like that.
Well, that Chris Trott, that is 100% where it's from. Like, there's some certain moments in some of the later seasons where they literally have like all these beasts and demons and stuff. Yeah, doing the same.
I mean,
thing.
also
That's very, very
Strahd's face appearing in the sky. That was just
Yeah.
Mm.
cool. Straight up, just
Yeah.
like I'm gonna
Straight
steal
up.
that, steal that,
Yep.
steal that.
that's mine.
Oh yeah,
But that's what you want.
Why
You know,
not?
that's honestly
Nice.
like whenever you're making a campaign, like just find stuff that you
Make the
think is
things
cool
excite
and go,
you, yeah.
I'm gonna use that.
Hell yeah.
Because then if you're if the DM's excited about it, normally the players are as well. Like generally, if like the DM gets really excited by something, it rubs off on the players.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
cool, nice.
Wait,
Anything
Great.
else,
teleporting
friends?
teleporting machine. We're going to his castle. Okay, all right. We
I don't know
have.
what he just said or even meant.
Don't worry about it.
I
Yeah,
caught
don't
it.
worry about it.
Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it.
Well, yeah.
We had a donation from Varys with no message. Thank you very much, as always, Varys. Growing Obsession donated with another fantastic episode. Mark, I I was wondering if you'd ever think of posting your Strahd notes, as I'm running the module for a few veteran players and want to give the same surprises you gave to Trot.
Hey, here's the funny thing. A lot of people ask me about my notes. I don't really have them. Literally, my notes for this session is the recap, the poem, 3 bullet points. That's my notes for this session. Previous session, no bullet points, just the recap. I don't really do notes. I don't write a lot of this stuff down. A lot of it is just stuff that's either in my head or planned in the moment, or stuff that I think is cool from Castlevania, and then I'm like, I'm gonna do that. I just steal that. In terms of like the changes and stuff I made to Surprise Trot, it was mainly I looked at the stuff that when we played with Trot, I was like, right, what areas did we go through? And then I basically was like, right, what's a dramatic change I could make that's going to surprise him and make it different for him? And then how do those things affect the larger campaign? And that all tied together and stuff like that. Yeah. I could probably write up like a little 1-page thing of like, here's my general thought process when I came to the campaign, because there were some like things that I decided right early on. But yeah, the actual game session notes would not be interesting to anybody. I promise you.
Yeah. Yep. Cool. We had a donation from Darth Day 41 that says, "Big boss fight hype." I appreciate the Maya. Thanks, Darth Day 41. Thank you.
Thanks.
Also, Fail has already done some art for Jesper's resurrection.
Really?
So
30 minutes.
About 30 minutes of work. Just
already.
Bam. Already there.
Yep.
So that already exists. And I believe that is the lot. So thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Yeah. There we go. I'm trying to find this art now. Oh, there it is. It's pretty good.
Yeah, it's in the Curse of, it's in the Curse of Strahd
It's very
chat,
good, yeah. Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
It's a good one.
Okay.
Scarlet Love.
Nice.
Okay. Yeah, but thank you all artists as well. You know, obviously we do sometimes call out individuals, but we appreciate everybody who does awesome art for us. We try and retweet it out and
absolutely.
stuff like that as well.
Yeah,
And gets shared in the Discord.
many. Yeah.
Oh, so many, so much good stuff, especially lately. I feel like Herois lately has had some amazing fan art from loads of different artists. Like so much like cool art of Valor and like the gang, like the party themselves, like just everybody being awesome. Callus, I saw Peggles doing like the tarot. I think that there's like an effort in the community to do a tarot set, like a High Rollers Herois tarot set, and they're all kind of working together. So like Fail's doing some, Peggles is doing some. I think Kirsten and a few others are going to do some as well. Or like a bunch of different artists are working on them anyway. So
there's a nice little community being built up around all the fan artists for High Rollers, and of course there is the fan art channel in the Discord as well. I know that Trot likes seeing fan art posted in as many different places as possible. I just felt like I wanted to say the fan art channel in the Discord as well. There's some nice stuff going on in there too, and a lot of people giving very nice feedback as well to the art. It's very cool to see.
Yeah.
It's very cool.
It's nice.
Y'all are a cool bunch. Very talented.
Y'all are a cool bunch.
That fan art chat channel does have a disclaimer at the top that anything posted there can and will be used in glorious fashion on the fan art videos and will be celebrated as such. So be prepared for that.
Yeah, absolutely.
Thank you.
Amazing. Well, that's it from us. Anything else? Anyone wants to add?
See you Sunday.
It's nice to shake off the rust and get back into it. So I'm looking forward to the climactic battle next time.
Yes, I think that, this is, we'll have a big battle with Strahd and maybe other things next week. And then, the push on into Castle Ravenloft. As a note, Castle Ravenloft is a massive fucking dungeon. I'm not going to make you go through all of it because I don't do mega dungeons. I don't like them. I don't like running them. They confuse the fuck out of me. I'm going to try and be like, right, let's just fucking do the best bits. It's going to be a quick stop tour.
You walk
of all
into
the best
Castle
bits.
Ravenloft. Strahd is standing right there.
In the lobby. Fighting here.
Yeah.
No.
Oh, hello.
It's really cool. But I'm sure Trot can back me up on this. Like, it is Castle Ravenloft.
I don't know, Mark. I never fucking went there.
You read about it though. You read about it.
This is one chance to play it. No, denied.
No, you'll get to play through it all, but it's fucking huge. Like this, I don't do mega dungeons. I don't like them. But that's me. So yeah, Cool.
I don't want 10
All right.
episodes in one dungeon.
10, Tom.
Can
Is it
imagine.
more than that, really?
You'd be lucky. You'd be lucky with
What?
fucking 10. Let me
Really?
tell you. It's
Oh my
huge.
gosh.
Yeah, I feel like
It's
the
like-
campaign, in terms of its structure, maybe like a third, maybe a quarter is Castle Ravenloft.
Holy crap.
Oh.
There is
It's huge.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 sections, each with 20, 30 rooms a pop. Yeah, like it's massive. Like Argynvostholt
Yeah,
was
okay.
one section of like this place, and you guys ran in and ran out. It's massive.
Well, ran in, ran out. Zeke died. I mean,
I
a
fell
lot
out.
happened.
Yeah, you fell out
You
there.
just
Yeah.
jumped out.
Yeeted yourself out there.
God damn. Oh well.
Nice.
I still
All right.
think it'd be awesome. That was very, very cool.
Thank you very much,
Regardless.
everybody. We'll be back on Sunday for a very kick-ass episode of Arrest. We got cut short last Sunday thanks to a power
Yeah, we
cut.
did. Yeah, yeah.
So we got a cool fight to finish off, and then on to the City of Glass to save
Ooh.
some Guardians. I think.
Yes, indeedy. Yes, indeedy. It's going to be very
Mm.
cool.
Unless we TPK.
Very, very cool.
Unless we die.
Well, if my dice rolls continue like they were,
I know, right?
Good
maybe.
God, yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
Quick.
Roll 20 is being much
Rip.
kinder right now. Yeah, roll
Purge
20
it.
is fine.
Purge the system.
Purge it. Get rid of the low rolls now.
That was the power cut. That was the power cut.
Yeah.
That was the purge.
It was just to stop. See, Ree rolls super well in roll 20
I roll
now.
really-
Wait until Sunday. Nah.
Yeah.
Not allowed. Cool. All right. Well, thanks very much, everybody. We'll see you on Sunday. Take care.
Yeah.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye. Bye. Bye.